The Texas Parks and Wildlife television series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. And by Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation, helping to keep Texas wild with the support of proud members across the state. Find out more at tpwf.org. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
It's 10 miles of trails here, so when you're back on the trail system in Tyler State Park, you're away from everything. It's just you and the woods.
We changed out for better powder, and hopefully it'll go better boom this afternoon.
Viva Mexico! It's hard being the only girl team out there. We Oracle?
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
Tyler State Park is single track through the woods. There are no Jeep roads.
Everybody ready?
It's 10 miles of trails here, so when you're back on the trail system in Tyler State Park, you're away from everything. It's just you and the woods.
I come to Tyler State Park and ride about 4 days a week. I do, I love it. And mountain biking, to me, is kind of addictive. If I don't get to mountain bike at least once a week, I kind of get depressed. And I love Tyler State Park. I love to be on a trail that challenges me.
There's something here for everybody. We have difficult climbs and fast descents. I think there's some challenging corners, but there's also stuff for people at every different level. There's some flatter areas that are better for beginners. And there are things that challenge people that still ride here every week.
The key thing for riding the trails at Tyler State Park is to stay focused on looking ahead. You'll take in the roots, the rocks. It'll guide you over and through everything that you do.
They say it's one of the best trails in Texas, actually. It has a lot of sharp ups and downs, quick, what we call punchy climbs. And you can work really hard to go up and down those short, punchy climbs.
There's nothing like coming out here, hitting the trails, hitting them hard, cruising through the woods, the trees flying by. It's just you and nature. You get real in touch with yourself. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by and you've had a blast.
Friday night, and that means football, the ultimate high school sport here in Texas. Or is it?
I felt it and it got real heavy. Set the hook and it just popped.
Colt Anderson and Jonathan Gray are at practice.
Got him? Oh.
These two are part of a high school fishing team.
When I first started out fishing, I mean, you start out with the Zebco, right? Everybody starts out with the Zebco or spinning reel. And then you start throwing these bait casters, which will really help me out next year in tournaments. Oh. Got one.
They are fine-tuning their skills for the upcoming season.
Oh boy. You don't have to be the biggest kid or the tallest kid or the most athletic kid to be a bass fisherman. It's all about your knowledge.
Oh gosh, did you see that? You came at it at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like playing golf a little bit where you have different tools and you have to adapt to the conditions. Yeah, little guy, but he's a fish. You can never become perfect at fishing.
A good one.
And so that's kind of the cool thing, you can always improve. Yeah, it's a pretty healthy fish. He's been sitting in this hydrilla for a while, so nice little fish.
This tournament, we expect in excess of 80 teams participating.
It's March on Lake LBJ, and it's time for the State High School Fishing Championship.
Both high school and collegiate bass fishing have exploded in about the last 5 years. There's competition, there's scholarships associated with it.
Thank you.
But more than anything, I think it's a bragging rights.
Colt and Jonathan are considered two of the favorites.
We want to target the larger fish because this tournament on this lake, typically it takes larger fish to win.
Yes, ma'am, we should.
Traveling 5 hours from Carthage, Texas, are Marina Collins and Mia Sarter.
Thank you.
They are the only female team in the tournament.
It is very intimidating. It's hard being the only girl team out there. But we're cool. We got this.
I don't know. I've never done this before either. It's my first too, so.
We're gonna represent.
Yeah.
We started talking strategy, but that's confidential.
Oh, come on.
It's tournament time. Colt and Jonathan head for some of the lake's boat docks and slips. Marina and Mia check out a quiet bank on the south side of the lake.
I think it's going to be a good spot because how shallow it is, because I think they're getting in the shallows to start making the reds for spawning.
This is my first year, so I am a little scared. And then you just got to relax and chill. Just go with it.
For Marina, her hero is always a step away.
I had to have them. I've had them for a long time. Wonder Woman, she's powerful. I mean, she can stand up on her own. She knows how to handle stuff.
While it's tough going for this dynamic duo,
Oh, that is a keeper. Oh, this looks so good.
by the boat docks and slips, Colt and Jonathan see all kinds of
You
action.
see him? He's right there. He's right there in front of the boat.
Is it a good one?
That's a 3-pounder.
3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a 3-pounder. 3 or 4.
Ooh, there we go. Ah, man, he's a keeper. Gosh, dang it.
Those keeper bass are sitting on spawning beds.
It's lighter than everything else where the bass has cleared out all the silts and all the little sand, and they've left the rocks there so that it can hold their eggs. Here we go.
Nice.
He came back and nailed it.
Yeah, he did. I watched the whole thing.
And I'm not sure if he's a keeper, but it's a fish. Yeah, he's too short.
That was sweet.
I think the keys to winning the tournament is finding where the fish are and what they're going after.
Unfortunately, the fish here never seem to be too interested. And that's okay.
I like to do it because I can get out of the house, have fun, and you learn something new every day.
Ooh, I think that's the furthest I've cast yet. That felt good. It's really cool being in this club because you get to meet a lot of different people, and we're all one big family. And that's really good to have friends that you can be really close with.
Throughout the afternoon, the boys can see some fish.
Oh, there's another one. There's another one. There is?
But can't seem to get them to bite.
Man. He likes... Oh, he didn't bite. He got it. Oh, man. Gosh, dang it. The adrenaline. I love the adrenaline. Any cast you make can be a big one. That's what I like about it. Oh, got one. Oh, it's a good one. 5-pounder. Please stay on, please stay on, please stay on. Yeah. What is that? You ready to get him?
Yep, I'm ready.
Please get him in the net. Please get him in the net.
Oh my God. You got it. That's bigger than 5. That's bigger than 5. That's a 6.
It's a giant.
As the tournament wraps up, for Marina and Mia, there are no fish, but there are plenty of smiles.
Today really didn't go as well as I thought it would, but we had plenty of fun. I mean, almost falling off the boat a couple times, but we still had fun.
Is that yours? Yeah. Whoa! We need to get him over to the aerators quick. Yeah.
Other anglers have some serious game.
Oh yeah, some big fish caught today.
All right, coming up next we have Colt Anderson and Jonathan Gray.
For Colt and Jonathan, both know they didn't catch enough to win.
It was a rough day. Rough day on the water.
6 pounds, 10 ounces.
We were expecting to do a little better today.
Looks like they got a monster in there. 3 fish, 14 pounds, moves you guys into second place. 23 pounds, 11 ounces. 32 pounds even, your new leaders.
32 pounds for the win.
Oh.
Which I'm sure will stand.
I don't think anybody gets that.
Well, we thank you guys for coming out. Glad you guys enjoyed your time out in the water.
No, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
stronger than last time.
Definitely. Probably see some shad sitting up here.
So in between tournaments, it's back to Lake Pflugerville for some more practice.
This is probably the lake I get to fish most.
Some just sucked it down.
Just because it's so close to where I live. This is where I've caught my biggest fish, and this is where I really enjoy fishing.
It's always good to keep fishing, just so you keep your mind straight.
And as far as this fishing team sport idea, it seems to be catching on.
Me personally, it was just another way to be competitive.
Oh gosh. Let's get up here.
He's a little guy.
And the cool thing about us, we like open up our minds and find new friends.
Got him?
Oh my God.
I mean, you don't have to be 7 foot tall and
bench 280.
Bench 280 to fish. I mean, look at Colt. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Charlie Yates has a novel way to blow off some steam. A few years back, Charlie went out and bought himself a cannon.
You know, it always comes up at dinner parties. Charlie owns a cannon.
Charlie is a computer systems analyst by trade, but at heart, he's a student of history.
We're all going to be called on at some point in our life to do things that we don't want to do but have to be done. If you know history, you know how people who came before you dealt with it. It's a roadmap. Roadmap for life.
It's a road that has taken Charlie and his cannon across the country as he learns represents and teaches the lessons of our forefathers.
This is a Mexican artillery uniform coatee, and I'm a second sergeant. That's what this epaulet is for, and there's only one of them. A first sergeant has 2 epaulets. So I'm studying very hard to get my second epaulet.
Frente, marchen. 1, 1, 2, 1. Forward, march. Left, 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 right, left. Prepare fire. Ready, fire. I love that. What?
These reenactors call themselves living historians.
Al hombro, las armas.
They've come to stage the Battle of San Jacinto, fought on these grounds in 1836.
What we really need to do is...
Charlie is here with his cannon team.
We want the muzzle of the gun just past the bags.
Okay.
They've worked together as a unit for over a decade.
We all have a little bit of ham in us, but we also love history. We love being able to teach history. We love being able to talk about history, and we also learn a lot by doing this.
Viva Mexico! Para esperar! Fuego!
It's awfully fun. In fact, it didn't quite go boom well enough this morning, so we changed out for better powder, and hopefully it'll go better boom this afternoon.
The battle here at San Jacinto would change the face of the United States. It was the turning point that led to the annexation of the Republic of Texas 9 years later. And just 3 years after adding Texas, the U.S. acquired another 500,000 acres in a treaty that ended the Mexican-American War. The country was now truly a continental power. And it all began on the morning of April 21st, 1836. Mexico's President Santa Anna and his army had come to put an end to the revolution for Texas independence. Fresh after the massacres at the Alamo and Goliad, Santa Anna and his soldiers marched in pursuit of Sam Houston and the Texan troops. The two forces met on the open fields of San Jacinto. The Mexican troops were relaxing, knowing they outnumbered the Texans by almost 2 to 1. The afternoon attack by the smaller Texas army was unexpected, taking the Mexican army by surprise. 18 minutes later, the Mexicans were in disarray. The victory secured Texas independence. A century later, construction began on a massive project. It would take a workforce of 150 men 3 years to complete. And at 570 feet, the San Jacinto Monument is still the tallest of its kind in the world. This memorial is a testament to the sacrifices of all those who fought at San Jacinto. Not just the Texians, but the Mexican soldiers as well. Because no one back in 1836 could ever have envisioned how entwined our two cultures would ultimately become.
Viva Mexico! Fuego!
The Battle of San Jacinto lasted 18 minutes. The killing lasted for 2 hours. The Texan troops were beyond the control of their commanders. It was all of this pent-up fear, rage. They were just angry, and they weren't going to be denied. After the battle, there was about 600 prisoners. Many of those prisoners' descendants still live in this area. They didn't want to go back to Mexico. There was nothing for them back there. They went home with those Texans who fought here and worked on their plantations. Once the passions cooled, they were accepted into society. And that to me is just absolutely amazing. That's a neat thing. Once we beat our swords into plowshares, well then we all got along. And that's something that's gone on through Texas history, is we've always found some way to get along.
San Jacinto, the Alamo, Goliad are all monuments to the lives of people who took the opportunity to start over. Because Texas was the land of the great second chance. They built it, we maintain it. And it's people like Charlie Yates who honor their story by keeping our history alive.
And get to have dozen stout fellows and let them all stagger and go. Let them dig a great hole in the meadow, and in it put rosin the bow. And in it put rosin the bow. Me boys, take a drink with old rosin the bow. I lift up my glass in his honor. Take
This series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. And by Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation, helping to keep Texas wild with the support of proud members across the state. Find out more at tpwf.org. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, Glory, Ram.